This is Meet the Waxer, Tbellaaa Aesthetics, and some tips and tricks. Well, not really tricks, but some tips for upcoming waxers or entrepreneurs. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So as you may know, I'm known as Tbellaaa Aesthetics. A lot of people call me Bella. So today this video is going to be about how I started my waxing business. So let's go ahead and get right into this video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, so here we go. So first question is, what inspired you to start waxing? It was pretty random. It was kind of like a phone call between my cousin and I was telling her I wanted to branch off in a different field, and she stated, like, what do you think about waxing? And I was just like, that sounds like a good idea, because at the time nobody was really doing waxing. Everybody was pretty much just doing lashes. And I tried the whole lash field and it just wasn't for me. Like, I even made like business cards. So this was like my business card, is Lash by Bella. They were super cute. I was like so ready to start my lash business and all, but you know, not everything is for everybody, so it just didn't work out for me. So when she told me look into waxing, I definitely looked into waxing. Like, seriously, I wasted no time. So I started looking for schools and the requirements and so on. So here's another question. What school did you go to for waxing? I went to Brittany Beauty Academy in Manhattan. They have many different locations. Like, they have one in Brooklyn, and I'm not really too sure about the other locations, but I know one is in Manhattan and Brooklyn, and I think Long Island as well. How long were you in school for waxing? I was in school for less than a month. Like, you only need 75 hours to get certified at the school, but then you do have to go for a license test. Would I start sugaring? I would consider it, but at the moment I'm just more interested in waxing, so yeah. But I definitely wouldn't mind branching off and learning a different form of hair removal. What if my waxer is only certified? If your waxer is only certified, I definitely would say look elsewhere, because you want to make sure that your waxer is knowledgeable in what she's doing. She needs to know like the protocols as for cleaning, cleansing her tools. So you don't want to just go to anybody that's like self-taught or just like looked on YouTube and started doing it themselves. Is it required to have a license? It's required in New York State to have a license. I'm not really too sure if you can only work on a certificate. I'm pretty sure you can't. You definitely do need to be licensed. Was the waxing test for you to get your license hard? The waxing test actually was not hard. You just want to make sure that you know everything you learn in school. They do throw a couple questions in there that might throw you off, but I would say also look into some other sections while studying in the book, like some parts of aesthetics as for like chemicals and stuff like that. How long have you been waxing? I've been waxing for almost a year now, and I really love it. It's just so fun. What's it like being a waxer? It's really cool to be a waxer. Like, you end up meeting a lot of different people. I have like so many different vibes with everybody. All of my clients love me and I love them back. They like support me all the way with everything I'm doing. They give me advice, I give them advice. During the wax session, it's like a lot that goes on. Sometimes it becomes therapeutic for you and the client. Some clients might like start crying to you. It depends on your vibe with the client. Like, you just have to build a relationship with your clients. What should I expect as a waxer? So this is a really touchy subject over here, because it's so many different things you might experience as a waxer, especially because we're dealing with like the genitals. So you might come across like odors, you might come across certain things that's not appealing, or things that you wouldn't expect to see, but you're gonna see them. So definitely be aware and be advised of stuff like that. And another thing I would say is definitely don't disclose information in regards to your clients, or like don't talk about things that you see with other clients, because it's kind of like unprofessional. You definitely don't want to disclose private information like that. How did you start up your business, and was it hard? Okay, so the way I started my business, I was dating somebody, and he basically motivated me to start my own business, because I really wasn't thinking about doing all of that. I kind of was just like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and get into waxing. But he motivated me a lot. So to start it up, it wasn't that hard. I already had a vision as for everything that I wanted to do, and I had like a vacant space in my house where I was able to like turn it into a wax room. I'm gonna go ahead and add like a photo so you guys can see it. And yeah, like I was just inspired to decorate the room, and my mom has like really good taste in decorating as well. And I just wanted my theme to be pink because of course I love pink. And as you may see, like even the background is basically similar. It's the same thing as my wax room if you guys have me on Instagram. So yeah, it wasn't really too hard. It was expensive though. You have to know what you're doing. Definitely need to have a budget that you want to be spending, because you'll just be spending money all day. You need to have a vision as for how you want your theme to be for your business. And that's pretty much it. Overall, like it gets pretty easy as you go. What are some tips you have for upcoming entrepreneurs? I would basically just say don't let anybody stop you from accomplishing your goal. You know, people are gonna down talk certain things or try to, you know, tell you go into a different field, or this field it has too many people in it, it's overcrowded, but it's enough for everybody to eat. So definitely don't let anybody alter your goals, and just go for what you're wishing to go for. How did you grow your business platform so fast? So I basically had so many different ideas that I wanted to incorporate into my business, and I definitely invested a lot of time. Like one thing you're gonna need to do is invest time. It's not a joke when you want to build your clientele or when you want to build your business platform. So you definitely need to invest a lot of time. It's pretty serious. But I had like so many different things that I did where it was like I was doing giveaways, I was doing like demo videos that really caught a lot of people's attention, and I started doing vajay shows. So I basically stood out from a lot of different waxers, and I feel like my videos is what really stood out to everybody more, because you don't normally get to see like what happens in a wax room. It's kind of like everything's pretty private, so to be able to see what's going on, it's like, oh, let's see what's going on her page, or you know, stuff like that. Another thing that I really loved that made my page go off was the extractions. Like everybody loves watching extractions. Everybody has their own interest in certain things that they find satisfying. So extractions is one of the main things that people love about my page. How do you keep your business organized? One thing you have to do is be very strict in your business guidelines and protocols, because it's a lot of people that'll come across and try you. Like you need to be very serious. Not saying you need to be mean or anything, but you definitely do have to be pretty strict, or people will walk all over you. Another thing that I do is I have a scheduling website, so people could go ahead and schedule their own appointments. So I'm not really like doing everything on my own. The website is called Acuity. I'm gonna go ahead and paste the link down below. I also have consent forms. Those are very important, especially when you're dealing with like hair, skin, and nails. You definitely want to have them sign a consent form stating all the things that's involved in the service, so that they're aware and you made note of it verbally and in person. And also on the website, it gives you an option to put a statement as well for them to agree to the terms and conditions. How to prevent fraudulent payments. One thing I would say is try to be a cash business. Hold on, let me turn this down a little bit. All right, I'm back. So yeah, I would definitely say to avoid fraud, I would definitely say try to be like a cash business, especially if you're doing like a service for somebody. If you're doing more like online payments, I would say request like validation, like forms of ID, or like a statement from them, bank statement, just to make sure that you're not being robbed or it's not a scam. And you know, it could definitely hurt your business, so you definitely want to make sure that you're getting the right validations for payments online. As my business is cash only, but the client insists that she would like to only pay with a card, and this is where I come in and say that you need to stay on your boundaries as for being the business owner. Your guidelines are your guidelines, and a client shouldn't sit there and try to argue with you about your guidelines. So like I said, definitely just stick with your word. If you are a cash business only, they're supposed to pay with cash only. So it's really up to you as for how you want to go about it, but I'm pretty strict with payments. So if I say cash only, it's cash only. What else? Like working inside of your home. It was okay working inside of my house because I made the area pretty comforting and private. It was separate like from the outside of my house, of like, you know, the kitchen, the living room. It was just its own vacant room, and I decorated it. So a lot of my clients were like so in love with the room and the decor. Overall, as business starts to pick up, you don't want to be complacent. Like, you want to definitely keep moving forward. You don't want to just stay in your home. I feel like a lot of people, or like potential clients, look for professionalism, and you know, being in your house, it's okay as a starter, but then you want to move forward, like I said, and either go into an establishment, get your own suite, or even open your own establishment. So you definitely want to keep moving forward, and you want to keep growing. It's not about staying at level 1, it's about leveling up. Okay, period. I can't. So okay, what else? Where did you get the inspiration to decorate your room the way it is? So like I said before, my mom has a really good taste in decorating, so we kind of just put it together. I wanted to stand out from a lot of different people as for like the theme of my room, and also I wanted to incorporate my favorite color. Pink, I feel like it's just so cute. Like, how can you not like pink? Like, look at this background. Like, hello. I love pink and gold. Like, those are my main 2 colors. I feel like they're just so cute and classy. Like, you just can't go wrong. Okay, so yeah. Oh yeah, I'm also a Barb. Like, I'm a Nicki Barb. I love Nicki Minaj, if you guys didn't know. So yeah, okay. What's your favorite wax brand? So I feel like I'm always gonna be in love with Star Pill. That was the first wax I started with, the first company's wax that I started with, and it was the blue wax. So that's the wax brand that I had my trial and error with. Like, I was learning how to wax clients with the blue wax. Once you get the gist of how to do it, like, it becomes easier and easier. And you want to be careful because you don't want to hurt like your client. So you definitely want to take your time while waxing for your first time. Is doing a Brazilian hard? Doing a Brazilian wax is not hard, but as a first timer, it is gonna take you some time. Like, in the videos, it might look so easy, like, oh yeah, you just swipe it on. No. It's a technique, and you need to have rhythm. Like, you can't just start slabbing the wax all over the place and just ripping, because then you could cause like an outbreak on your client, especially if she has like sensitive skin. So you definitely want to have some form of rhythm. Yeah, so doing a Brazilian wax is not hard. As long as you practice, and once you catch up to your own rhythm, you're gonna understand, like, okay, like, it's not that hard. And you should be finishing by like 15-20 minutes, but the most is 15. If you're extending past 15-20 minutes, then you need a little bit more practice. Don't rush or anything. You have to look at tutorials, or just go for an extensive training. And yeah. Does waxing hurt? Waxing does not hurt. Everybody always gasses up waxing, like, oh my god, don't do it, it hurts. It does not hurt. It really just depends on your pain tolerance. Like, if you have no tolerance for pain, then it's gonna hurt you a little bit, but it's not gonna be like unbearable pain. If you had a child, then you could bear waxing. Like, seriously, it's not that bad. How do you gain clients? The way I gain my clientele is by being very engaging. I'm very engaging on my page, and also a lot of people heard about me through word of mouth, or just through like the videos that I post on my Instagram, but a lot of times it's because of good reviews. Another way you could gain potential clients is doing like a giveaway. If you want to reach like a certain amount of followers, let's say you're almost at 5K, you could do a 5K giveaway, where it's like, once you get to your 5K mark, you give away a service, or you give away a product. I normally did mine for free, so I didn't feel like it was that serious if I miss out on one thing, because in the end, I'm gonna gain more people to come and get waxed by me. So that's all that really matters, is gaining the clientele and just having the proper marketing skills. It's all about marketing. If you don't have the proper marketing skills, then it will be a little bit harder. But this is why you should go ahead and take like webinars that are being hosted by certain entrepreneurs to learn how they built their platform as well. So yeah, it's a lot of different ways you can learn. You can even look on YouTube to find out like how other business owners built their platform, or like their clientele base. But once you have your marketing skills down, it's really easy, like super easy. How to deal with a rude client?
Try me, bitch.
Okay, I would say dealing with a rude client is something else. Like, I would just say to kill them with kindness. Like, don't sit there and argue with them on Instagram. I've seen this a lot, where business owners are arguing with their clients, or like they're arguing with somebody under the comments. Like, who cares? Like, in the end, why are you sitting there arguing with them? Like, all you have to do is either kill them with kindness, or just tell them like, listen, if you don't want to follow by the guidelines, then you just don't have to come to me. Like, what else can you really do? It's really nothing more to do. Once you step out of your boundaries, as for arguing with them or like cursing them out on social media, making posts about them, that's just unprofessional, and like nobody wants to see that. They're being rude to you. Just try to kill them with kindness till you're able to resolve the situation. Like if they received a bad service from you, or if they ended up breaking out after your service or something, and they hit you up like, hey, yeah, I just broke out, what do you think it could be? The first things first that I would do is just tell them like, okay, well, as stated, waxing can cause an outbreak. You know, if you would like to come in again, I'll give you a % off your next service. Or you could just give them tips on how to like calm down the outbreak. Tell them to put some ointment or like aloe vera. Give me 1 second, my music has stopped. Okay, but yeah, you could definitely tell them, like, give them some tips on how to like clear up the acne or the outbreak. That's pretty much all you can do. Don't sit there and argue with them over whatever they're telling you went wrong. They're just, you know, they're just letting you know. So don't get offensive or defensive about it. My client keeps canceling their appointments every time the date gets closer. What should I do? Okay, ladies, I've heard this plenty of times where it's like a client will schedule an appointment, and as the date gets closer, they continuously keep canceling the appointment. Why? You don't know, and it's like always an excuse. So this is why you need to have a rule where it's like you have up to one rescheduling, for your appointment, and the next reschedule is gonna just cost you a new deposit. Because if you don't have those type of guidelines, then people are gonna do this type of stuff. But yeah, like, you definitely want to have certain protocols for stuff like this, because then it's like you're losing out on business because another client could have had that slot that she's wasting. So yeah, definitely have some form of like rescheduling limit. Okay, every time she reschedules, it's a new deposit. So like I said, only up to one reschedule. Anything after that, anything beyond that, it's like a new deposit, and that's just that. There's no arguing, there's nothing to talk about. That's just that, period. What are some tips for customers that I love? Okay, so some things that I would say for a customer is definitely do not argue with a business owner about their prices. I'm sorry, but I just don't feel like that's right. There's been times where I click on somebody's prices and I'm looking at them, and if I don't agree with them, I'm looking elsewhere. Do not sit there and argue with a business owner. Like, they're not going to change their prices because it doesn't fit in your bracket. Like, no offense, but I'm just saying. I feel like it's inappropriate to do that, because in the end, that's what they feel their service is worth. And we do have bills to pay as entrepreneurs, so but I just say, like, don't argue with the business owner. It's just pointless, because in the end, they're not gonna make any changes to their prices because of a client that's not willing to pay. There's many others that are willing to pay that price. So yeah, for business owners, when it comes down to prices, I would just say put some respect on your business, period. Like, okay, I understand, like, you don't want to go too high, but you also don't want to go too low, because if you're too low, then it's like, where are you making a profit? And you still have to incorporate whether you can afford your products, if you can pay your bills. It's like you have to level everything out where it's affordable and you make a profit after your expenses, you know. So those are different things, just keep in mind. You know, you do want to be mindful of people's pockets as well, but that's what I'm saying. Just have a level where it's like it's affordable and also you're able to make a profit. Don't cheat yourself, treat yourself, okay? So yeah, like, starting a business is pretty cool. The minute you get the gist of everything, it becomes like easy to do. Quick. Like, once you know how to gain your clientele and how to market yourself, it just becomes pretty easy. It's not that hard. Go for your dreams and don't let nobody stop you, because in the end, nobody's gonna pay your bills. You know, don't let nobody talk you out of doing what you want to do. Like, it is what it is. See me looking up, it's because I have like a little monitor at the top that lets me see how I look, but the lens is literally right here, but I keep looking up because I want to see how I look. Okay, but yeah, so keep drinking your water. I'm also gonna be leaving some links down below if you want to know where I got this outfit. It's super cute. I got it from Fashion Nova. I'll be leaving the link down below, so make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be back with another video soon. Thank you, Barbs.